Welcome students. In the last session we studied about land and its uses as well as human beings and their ever-growing demands. Because of the human beings' ever-growing demands, what is happening? Land degradation takes place, and due to the land degradation there is a threat to natural environment. How you can see in this image? In this image you can see land under the agricultural cultivation as well as there is a thick cover of natural vegetation such as forest. In the second image you can see the vegetation cover is also become thinner as well as land under the agricultural cultivation also becoming lesser, and slowly what happened? Natural vegetation cover got decreasing and it caused threat to the environment. And for that reason, what we should have to do? We need to conserve natural resource. But how we can conserve natural resource? By using some of the methods we can conserve natural resource such as land. So for land, a natural resource conservation purpose, which methods we have to follow, we will see. Here, the conservation of land resource. Conservation means protection. So how we can protect the land resource? See here, growing population and their ever-growing demands, which creates destruction of forest cover and arable land. Arable land is the land which is suitable for agricultural production, has created a fear of losing this natural resource cause of the human intervention, cause of cutting down the forest cover. More and more arable land went under the construction as well as building houses and all. There is a great threat as well as fear to the natural resource. So what we have to do? We have to, first of all, we have to check the rate of degradation of land resource. Degradation, in the last session we studied, degradation is less valuable. So we have to check it first, the rate of the land resource. Then some of the methods we have to follow. Which are the methods to conserve the land resources? Afforestation means planting more trees. Land reclamation. Land reclamation means the available land, but the land which is bare land, barren or not under the cultivation, we should make cultivable, we should make more fertile, as well as regulated use of chemical pesticides and fertilizers. There should be check on the chemical pesticides as well as fertilizers, how much quantity farmers are using. Then checks on overgrazing. Due to the overgrazing, soil erosion takes place. So these are some of the common methods to conserve land. So which are the common methods? Afforestation, land reclamation, regulated use of chemical pesticides and fertilizers, as well as overgrazing. Checks on overgrazing. These some of the important methods to prevent land resource. To protect land resource, to prevent land resource from the land degradation. Then the next point is landslides. Landslide, most probably this occur especially in the mountainous regions. Landslides are simply defined as the mass movement of rock, debris of earth down a slope. Means the earth debris or rock fallen towards the slope area. So that is the landslides. They often take place in the conjunctions with the earthquake, floods and volcanoes. Earthquake due to the earthquake, due to the flood as well as due to the volcanoes. Volcanic eruption earthquake and the flood. These are some of the major reasons for occurring the landslides. A prolonged spell of rainfall, continuous rainfall, can cause heavy landslides that can block the flow of river for quite some times. Due to the landslides, due to the fall of the earth debris on the slope area, what happens? Sometimes the flow of river means it can block the flow of river for some times, and cause of that flood situation also happens or create in the particular region. The formation of river blocks can cause havoc, means huge destruction to the settlements downstreams on its bursting. So, due to the landslides, flood occur, and that flood havoc the great hazard to the settlements also. In the hilly terrain, landslides have been a major and widely spread natural disaster that often strike life and property and occupy a position of major concern. So, in the hilly terrain or hilly region, especially this landslide disaster takes place in the hilly area, in the hilly mountainous regions, and this is one of the natural disaster. This happens due to the human intervention also, such as cutting down the trees and the global warming. Some many reasons are there due to the global warming. What is happening? Lot of heavy rainfall. Then the all reasons are based on the one another. So this strikes to the property as well as life also. This damage life as well as property. Then mitigation, a case study. Here is one of the case study. The real incident or the real case study which is taken, which take place in Himachal Pradesh. A case study: massive landslides, a huge landslides, destructive landslides hit Pangi village near Rekonpio in Kinnoor district of Himachal Pradesh and damage a 200-meter stretch of Old Hindustan. Old Hindustan means Tibet Road, National Highway 22nd. Means the landslide takes place where? At Pangi village in Himachal Pradesh. This landslide was triggered. Triggered means suddenly, by intense blasting, intense, strong or destructive. So triggered by strong blasting at Pangi village. The landslides took place at Pangi, and how it took place. The landslide was triggered, and it was triggered by intense blasting. Due to the blasting, this weak zone of slope collapsed and caused intense damage to the road and nearby villages. Means the hilly regions, the weak zone cause of the triggering by intense blasting. Road also got damaged as well as nearby villages also got damaged. The Pangi village was completely vacated. Whatever the buildings were there, residential of the buildings or the villages were vacated. Means totally the area which kept vacated by the government to avoid any possible loss of life. Already property destruction took place, but furthermore there should be no any life destruction. Cause of that, government authorized personalities, they vacated Pangi village completely. Now the mitigation mechanism. Some of the measures which were taken by the government, that hazard mapping, locate areas prone to landslides. Hazard mapping means wherever this landslide, due to the landslide there should be less property or less life destruction or no life destruction purpose. Some of the measures we can use to follow, and among that these reasons are very effective measures. These effective measures, among that hazard mapping means which areas are prone to landslides. First of all, mapping they were doing, and after that such areas buildings were vacating. Then the construction of retention wall. Retention wall, the wall which could hold something. This wall you can see in this image. This wall, such a type of walls are called as retention wall to stop land from slipping. Means whatever the debris is there, rock debris or earth, soil debris should not follow easily or can cause any destruction. Cause of that, retention walls were built across the hilly region. If you will go through any hilly region, you will see such a type of retention wall built across towards the hilly side area. Increasing the vegetation cover is an effective way to arrest landslides. Landslides see continuous rainfall. Directly it creates cause on the rock as well as on the earth debris, but when the vegetation cover will be there, it will be not effective that much, and it is, we can use to say it will help to arrest the landslides. The surface drainage control work are implemented to control the movement of landslides along with rainwater and spring flows. Surface drainage control work is also effective measure to prevent landslides. So these are the ways we can use to these are the ways to prevent landslides. These are the important mitigation mechanisms. These are the mitigations. So hence, with the help of these landslide area, people they can save their life with the help of these measures.